Okay, the next song that I'm going to tell you about is How Many Times It Gets Around That I'm an Internal Affairs Officer. You didn't know I'm internal affairs? You didn't know much about what I was doing when I was out of town, did you? Fuck faces. Housekeeping. Fuck faces. Internal affairs. Knock, knock, knock. It's not housekeeping. It's knock, knock, knock. Internal affairs. Fuck faces. Anyways, who am I doing is not Bob. Just so you know, it's a different character. Because I'm a character actor. I don't know, it just came through. Internal affairs. Well, famous internal affairs guy. Lieutenant Scanlon from Barney Miller TV show. The Rat Squad, they might call him. Anyways, that's internal affairs. And the name of this character isn't known yet. It's not Bobby. I'm not internal affairs for the police. I know I talked about it recently when I was an extra in the movies in Vancouver, Canada. Well, they had my picture, and the casting agents looked at me and quite often referred to my agent that I looked like a cop. I don't know. That's what they just did. They used me quite a bit in the movies, dressed up like a cop. Harper's Island. The original, I don't know if it was a pilot, but I guess it was. It was basically make a production and then go sell it. And they sold it. And they didn't have me back for the on-air version of Harper's Island. But in that, this is what the show would look like kind of film, I was the deputy sheriff. Harper's Island. The unused pilot for it, let's say. And I was also used as one of the members of the Harper's Island Ferry. I don't know, the crew, because I was wearing, like Isaac the no, maybe it was Gopher. Captain Stubing would wear, like, that kind of an outfit. Anyways, whatever, that's what I was wearing when they were filming that part of that demonstration of what Harper's Island would look like for whoever watched it. Anyways, it just shows you that they do look at me as somebody they think that looks like a cop. So, deputy sheriff. That's what I look like. To the casting agents who casted for Vancouver movies. Internal affairs for the Vancouver Police Department? No. The RCMP? No. CSIS, that's Canadian Security Intelligence Service, like I don't know, spying, foreign spying, domestic spying, counterintelligence, I don't know, MI5 and MI6 for Canada. No, I don't work for them. Some non-governmental body? No. Some other government agency? No. The Secret Service, like that movie, The Secret Service. But they weren't secret. I don't know. Kingsman. The Kingsman. I work for the Kingsman. I work for a known organization like Opus Dei of the Roman Catholic Church. I work for Ned Flanders. I must test that because it might be true. Hold on. I'm not sure. We're just finding out this character, okay, that Bobby might play as a character. Yeah. Okay, so the character, what was the question? The character works with Ned Flanders. He works for Ned Flanders. He works for Ned Flanders. Bob, not Bob, the character that I'm developing. This is character development of a new cosmic character who's already there, but we're just finding out the details of this particular internal affairs person. And he works for Ned Flanders of The Simpsons. Internal affairs. For Ned Flanders Church, yes. For the general church, yeah, the church of Christians, yes. Ned Flanders is known as Buffy the Vampire Slayer in The Simpsons. There was an episode where you saw that Ned Flanders actually works out, and he's really, really buff. But that's his side job. Ned Flanders, higgly diggly leaper. But his side job is he's Buffy the Vampire Slayer on The Simpsons, because there was an episode of that. So this particular character that we're talking about is involved in that. So what else do we want to know? That's all you need to know so far. The working title for this character is, well, what does he do? I'm behind the scenes, behind the camera. What I do is behind the camera I can do like muscle tests with my fingers, That's what I do. Muscle testing. Okay, what else do we want to tell you about this character? Internal affairs for... It's not just Christian, because I just tested to see, does he work for Hindu? He works for Hindu, yes. The Hindu pantheon of gods, yes. This internal affairs person works for internal affairs of highly conscious beings. Okay? Internal affairs. Well, it's just that the law is you must be at 540 or higher on the scale of human consciousness to be legally allowed to be in this universe. Blah, 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 Prison Planet, Alex Jones, because we're all low-vibe tribe. Almost everybody doesn't make 540, which is known as unconditional love. So you got a lot of hate. But you hate yourself in some ways. You hate your shadow in psychology terms. You're afraid to express the hate that you have towards yourself because you're self-loathing something or other. And you use the psychological technique of projection to say, it ain't me. But I'm going to find somebody outside of me to become my whipping boy. That's what projection is. You take some person outside of you, and you take all your character flaws, and you say, that belongs to them, not me. Psychology, projection. An ego defense mechanism it will be listed under. Okay, so the internal affairs person is working for I don't know. I think we're at a dead end with this one. Anyways, we're going to call this the internal affairs guy. And that's all I know, because it's coming as a download to me. Okay?